confirm. Just getting set up a sec, guys. Audio checks and all. So, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's good, that's good, that's good. Let's turn that mind down. We all back shouting over me. Oh, yup, perfect. Now, I'm going to... some windows up in the background, so at this... How is everyone anyway? Oh, I do some eye drops, I swear. Right. There you go. That up. Bring in... a notch. Mist. Fire launch. Mist. Great. Skim up. Under the fingers. Well, find a charger? The elusive charger. Case. The elusive charger where? I think. What in use? Oh, what's it? Oh no. Just hunting round for a spare. Try and give, I think I've signed a long one. That's whom you get. Just with me. Yeah, how are we all this morning? So about the lack of picture, of course. Ah, I see lack of picture. It's my about the obscure picture. There we go. What there? Okay. That's all good. You're back for me. I go here. You're here. Oh. There we go. That won't last. Perfect. Okay, I think we are ready to rock, guys. So... oh. There. So this is a world called Spain. I don't know if I did a video on this, actually. It's a very simple world. Well, it's beautiful. If we just look outside, we're on a virtual coach trip. Got some lovely views outside, but just... you know. Plus, it's probably the worst time of the day to be streaming, to be fair. Oh. Told you. You know, stand up a sec. Let's go to the back of the bussy. It's probably the best view is... Is this a place that I can... or... let's try sitting here. Oh. Okay. Maybe. Oh, look at me. I look like a robot today. How fancy. Oh, I just fell out of the bus. Quick, get back in before anyone notices. That's hilarious. Oh wow, I'm really stuffed. Hang on. Right, that's better. For all everything else, there's a respawn button. Oh, you're gonna sit just here. We're gonna sit in the back of the bus, guys. My head is coming through the ceiling. One little... I'm so tired, I'm not gonna lie. Mind you, I did get offline about 3 PM last night, which was... that was good going for me. Well done. Congrats. No. Sorry, jeez. Just got... oh man, picture efficient jokes just came up on my, I mean... Hold up, fish and chips in so long. I love this world, it's calming. It reminds me of... it reminds me honestly of like childhood coach trips. You know? All very exciting. But where are we going? Are we going to a... we're going to a zoo or are we going to a theme park? amazing. Like, cool. Yeah, last night was absolutely amazing, I tell you what. So, we were, we were all sort of in the White Lotus Afterglow last night. There was so many of us. I think we got to a decent 25 people. Good times were had by all. Lovely to see a lot of familiar faces there last night. Of course. I want to turn not into a robot, sorry, this is bugging me. See, I know. Let's just hit that right back. There we go. Perfect. There we go. We're now not a robot. Oh, hold on. No. My tablet's having trouble with itself. Need to go this way. And... yeah, oh! Hi there, how you doing, SGSG? How you doing? Oh, bless you, thank you. I'm on a bus at the moment, would you believe? Yeah. I'm trying to... oh, there we go. Oh, there we go, okay, right, perfect, okay. Oh, what's this? Oh... we got Speedy Treader Joe, me bless him. This will probably be quite a short stream. I've got a few things I need to do today. Definitely a couple movies I need to see. Maybe a TV series, and now we'll see. What else do you do on a Saturday this time, eh? Oh, yeah. Hey, it's okay. I'll chat for a bit on here, but I don't really have a lot to say. I was up till quite late last night. What, not super late. Nowhere near as late as last weekend. I think last weekend I managed to see in 6 p.m. on 2 days. Now that's not a healthy lifestyle, so cut back from that. But certainly by 2 hours on my way to bed, we did have to wake up 2 friends. One had fallen asleep in the hot tub last night. Luckily, not a real hot tub. Virtual reality hot tubs, you don't have the same risks as the real life ones. But that said, when you sit in the hot tub, even in VR, you've got the sort of the bubbles and the steam and the sounds, and it's like, it's very relaxing. And it's very, very relaxing. It's amazing how in VR we can sort of... we're getting closer to replicating real-life sensations in here, which is amazing. Now, obviously, you wouldn't have got the sensation of touch, that sort of a heat from that hot tub. I mean, okay, if you were sat in a warm, comfortable house, then that would... I feel that would play into that, but honestly, sort of simulating reality is super interesting, I think. About 2.5 years ago, I started really, like, building my own places on VR. I opened a Japanese Zen garden, which I used to turn at the same time every day, and I used to spend hours in there just talking to anyone who would stop by. And it's so relaxing. And the first weekend we opened it, I had 3 people fall asleep. It was really quite funny. But what a brilliant thing to create a place. So relaxing in its sort of ambience, its colour scheme, and sounds, with the water and the water wheels, the waterfalls, and the crackling flames. And to create a place like that in VR where people can come in and feel so comfortable that they just fall asleep is quite wonderful. I'd recommend it. I really would. Like, there's a lot of sleep rooms in VR chat. I don't know, like, I'm gonna sort of say this as if most of you have never been into VR chat or used VR at all, but now is a great time to get into VR. You can pick up, you know, a Meta Quest headset, a 3S, a brilliant headset, and you can buy it for about sort of $200 right now. I think it's like Black Friday sales or whatever. Absolutely insane. Like, they've say what you want about Meta, but they're pushing the Oculus dream of putting a virtual reality headset in every household for $200. That was the original premise of the Oculus company back when it started. I remember Palmer Luckey made a statement about this. You wanted to put a VR headset in every house $200. He wanted to make it available for $200. And in fairness, right, they're still doing that. Like, okay, you gotta catch them on a sale because inflation is a thing. But the thing is, when Palmer Lucky made that original pledge, she was talking about, well, who knows what exactly when he's talking about. The guy's a genius. But, oh my goodness, there's a massive car outside the window. No, wait for it. You'll see it in just a sec, look. Now, ready? Can you see it? Oh, that was unremarkable. It was a flat ball. That's okay. It's a billboard. That's hilarious. Oh my god, there's a lovely lake out the other side as well, like, if I just turn the camera that way. The magic's... But yeah, no, I think Palmer Lucky back in the day, and certainly the way our minds were all set, was he was talking about having a virtual reality headset wired up to a PC. But of course now we have these marvelous standalone headsets that you can, you know, you can sort of, just buy from a shop and switch on, no PC required to use it, and what a time. It's absolutely incredible. I'm probably getting a little bit of heartburn recently, so it's affecting like the top of the back of my throat, and it's not good. It's something to do with the winter as well. For when it gets cold. It sort of sends that rating. And I always feel like the back of my nose is kind of like congested, so I've got some nasal spray for that. I always say, hi Golden, how you doing? I always say that I've got nasal spray. Actually, I think it might be turning up today, but I'm just on a bus, heading wherever, as you do. This is a world called Spain in VR chat, and it's the most gorgeous experience. I spent all of my youth sitting on coaches and buses going to places, and I think it's always very exciting. Was going to very exciting places like theme parks or zoos, or sometimes even other countries. Oh my god, I think I've been to France by coach. It's amazing. Might have gone to the Euro Disney, I think, the European Disneyland. That was, I must have been about probably 13 at the time. It's very exciting though. And say what you like, sir. It was okay. It was okay. Getting ready for work, huh? Working on a Saturday, that's rough. Oh my goodness, I don't envy you. Oh. Don't envy it at all. Looking forward to a day where I should be spending a bit of day building a world in Blender, a very special world. May have heard of it, it's called the White Lotus. But my brain is just procrastinating. I did say by November was the day that I was gonna, the month even that I was gonna rebuild that, and November is pretty much out. But to be fair, last year I think I did a similar pattern. I'm an absolute bugger for procrastinating, I've got to be honest. Yeah, last year I seem to remember I had the new build of the Lotus ready for, I think it was about like 3 days before Christmas or something stupid like that. I know that the anniversary of the White Lotus opening is on the 15th of December. I know if I pull my thumb out of my butt, I can probably do it in a matter of days. But the problem with this is the artistic direction. Yeah, day is good, thank you. It's morning, well I say it's morning actually. I woke up at midday because I'm super lazy apparently. To be fair, I was up till late last night, so I don't usually sleep in, but I'm enjoying sleeping in more on the afternoon, the weekend even. Yeah, my day's good, thank you. Let's just turn this camera this way a sec. Hello! Can't see it, it's in a blue font. I'm gonna say Amanda. So my eyes are really bad today. Really bad. I need to eye spray. But hello, Amanda. How are you? You okay? But yeah, so the 15th of December will be the mark of 2 years since the White Notice opened. And I'm very, very excited. I don't have any festivities planned, but it would be nice to have a new version of that world lined up. But full disclosure, the new Lotus that is going to launch is going to be incredibly simplified. So it's almost like I'm taking it down to its nucleus to start again. Which, if you remember a year ago, like for example, the garden section was very small. It was a very small patio of 2 seating areas and a very, very small swimming pool. And it grew. It grew to a gigantic swimming pool. But what I've noticed is that, like, certainly during the quiet seasons, no one really uses the outdoor bit. And one, it's nice to look at. It does take a bit of performance, and I know, like, the Lotus hasn't changed, but the performance of Horizons has become very, very bad recently. So I do need to make some concessions. I do need to scale back to give people a better time. I think it's if you run a social world, you almost bear responsibilities of making sure people have a good time, and even though the platform is not. Oh my god, windmills. Found. Woo, I found. Let's go. Where's there? I'm not sure where the camera's gone. There it is. Like, check it out, guys. Big windmills. That's so cool. But yeah, I think you have responsibilities as a sort of someone who's running a busy social place to make sure people have good frame rates, they don't crash out, they don't have memory issues as best as you can. But even though the actual memory leak problem doesn't seem to be anything we can really solve ourselves as world builders. Boss is here. Okay, Golden, see you later. Yeah, even though that you can't solve the memory leak as a builder in Horizons, it's I believe you can build more performantly just by getting rid of all the crap that people aren't using for now until the problems are solved. And I know that sounds strange, but look at it this way, we're always building stuff, and to bring stuff back to its core is not a bad thing. It allows us then to start fresh with the next year. We're not losing anything, we're going through an evolutionary cycle of sort of shedding the dead weight of things which are just taking up memory and capacity. I think a lot of people, when they build worlds, are trying to squeeze as much in as they can within capacity, and that doesn't create a good experience. You know, you need to basically be focusing on the experience first, not about trying to put as much crap in as possible. Though what do I know? 50. I've been saying it a long time. People are always like, woohoo, I've got extra capacity. It's like, sure, but your world is running at 10 frames per second. That's not good. You know, the capacity sort of argument is a bit of a lie. I do need to publish some new playlists. So I've got a few worlds in VR chat now. And I'm trying to make sure that the playlist stays somewhat synced. Between worlds, we've got a great selection of content. I'm going to be adding more. What I really want is a curated sort of selection of them. As much sort of stuff that people can go in and just like, you know, hey, you want to go in, you want to watch an amazing documentary? Great, let's line that up for you. Let's give you a big menu with the best hand-picked documentaries available. So you can basically create instances of your world. Or one of my worlds or whatever, and just set up a party. And I've seen people are actually launching private instances of the White Lotus. And they're having a wait of a time in them, which is great. Like, there's lots of groups that are hosting events in there, and that's wonderful to see people are actually enjoying the changes that I'm making. Granted, the changes have been quite slow. Credit to the original builders of the worlds that I'm sort of working on. As you know, the effort is definitely real. I can see that. They're incredible builders, and that's where I chose to work on my worlds. But I'm hoping to bring in some changes that I think will give them a bit of an edge. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the process now for syncing up playlists. It's quite a heavy process to do this. I wish there was an easier way to do it. And maybe in time I'll find one. Maybe there'll be a web service call or something I can do when I'm a bit further down the line to sync everything up. But right now I've got to basically republish the entire world every time I want to update playlists, which is fairly nuts. But the playlists are made of content from lots of different publicly accessible streaming sites. I don't host any of the content myself, just because that would obviously cost money. Significant money. Media hosting is not cheap. Yeah. I'm not ready to sort of set up a business around that, but that's not what my aim is. But yeah, it's out there. If it's any good, we'll list it. Sure. The curation of it, the maintenance of those lists is going to be quite difficult as well. Probably going to have to write some kind of automation just to make sure all the content is available. Over time, there's no point having a menu full of options if every option you click is returning deaf results, right? Okay. So I'm not running on the fastest hardware either. I have, don't get me wrong, I have fairly fast hardware to be, well, the machine I'm on right now, but, the one I do my work on is, well, it's not terrible, don't we wrong, it's a last generation GPU, but the demands needed to sort of be working on multiple worlds in tandem, especially when they're really richly populated and graphically intense, you need a bit more, heft, should we say. Yeah. Let's just go to, where is it now? Okay, edit playlists. To import. Oh gosh. Sorry about this, guys. Just speaking while I work. Someone tell me about their day. How is your day going? Where do I want to load projects to replace all? There we go. Trees? I don't know. Yeah, save. And... oh, that's distracting. Swap those windows around. So there's a few people I haven't seen for I've been a while. Wonder if they're okay. Hey, if I haven't seen you for a little while, stop by and say hello and be up. I'm Lois here. Oh, it reminds me actually I need to post some more videos. I might have filmed some dancing trailers last night, which I need to sort of put out on Instagram. Maybe YouTube. TikTok's a little rough. I keep getting my videos taken down from TikTok. I'm not impressed. It's bits like they're not very clear on why they take the videos down either. Like that, they'll cite some kind of reason, and it won't be anything to do with what's in the video. So, no, I'm a bit at odds with TikTok. I really would love to see TikTok sort of go down in flames, and I mean that because their policies are whack. I don't know what's going on, but every single video I appeal gets through, but it's just like, yeah, the view's great, isn't it? Oh, I absolutely love it. Don't know if you can see the shine out there, look. There you go, we got all kinds of stuff going on here. Oh. No, I really mean though about TikTok. I don't. Every time I go on there, it's just. I don't want to say too much because it's like I don't want to put people down. But the content that TikTok prioritizes is not great. It's really not good. Like you go on to like the live stuff and it's just. It's. No, I can't say it. No. It's I'm really fighting this. Okay, screw it, here we go. In terms of live broadcasts, TikTok is encouraging these bored melonheads to sit in their bedrooms, right? Just like talking at their phones. It's like there's no art to it. There's no art to it. Like if I want to broadcast to TikTok, it's like, oh no, you've got to use your webcam. You know, you're better just like, and it's like, it'll say like, viewers engage more with people who sit in front of their webcams, staring in front of their webcams into their webcams, and it's like, I don't know what kind of shit you're pulling, TikTok, but I am not subscribing to that bullshit. Give people something more interesting to look at, for fuck's sake. But yeah, if I wanted to stream, I did used to stream on TikTok, but it used to take down my streams because, for example, if I talked about wine, it would be like, no, you cannot talk about wine, and yet some of the crap that comes out of TikTok is just insane. Like, I just don't feel it's the right platform for anyone at all. But I think the one thing about TikTok is that it's very easy to get false impressions. Those numbers that rack up, it doesn't mean that people love you. It just means that when people open up the app, they're being forced on to your stupid live stream and then they're leaving within 3 seconds. That is how TikTok works. Nobody cares. Those numbers mean nothing. You're basically throwing around virtual currencies for nothing. It's not real engagement, and I absolutely mean that. Like, the numbers may be higher on TikTok. It's lies. It's absolute bullshit. Don't get me wrong, it's based on real people, but it's real people who are being thrown at your content who couldn't give a shit. They're algorithmic mismatches. It's not good statistics. And that I kind of realized after I streamed to it for a while, that it was all for nothing. And I think I can see why people feel like that's addictive, because they see the numbers climbing and they equate that to, you know, will people love me and stuff, but that's not it. That's not it at all. It's a very, very sad lie. Meanwhile, I like to think that on services like sort of YouTube and Twitch, those numbers, as it were, are more algorithmically correct. They are people that are being recommended to your stream. It's for the right reasons. I think they're stopping and having a good time. But isn't it funny to see how these different platforms work and how TikTok became so big? Because it started off as a stupid lip sync boy around that thing, and it's like a lot of people were on TikTok. It's basically like teenagers. It's weird. Very weird. I remember the 80s sort of promos for TikTok. It is very, very weird. In other news, I think Vine is coming back. So I remember Vines, the old Twitter related video sharing application. The one where you basically hold down a button to record a portion of a song, and the portion of a song, I'm sorry. You hold down a button to record a video, and that's it. You post it. There's no sort of editing allowed on it. And I think I read somewhere in the new Vine, they're not going to allow any AI content. So, yeah, that kind of puts me on a knife edge there, I gotta be honest, because I genuinely, right, it's something I have noticed that a lot of services are now full of AI content, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. And again, going back to the TikTok argument, it's all bullshit. Every single bit of it is bullshit. Everything we see on social media is bullshit, and I think we need to stop hiding from that. Just because you see what you think is a real face on it, it's bullshit. All of it. You know, we're done. No, we're absolutely done. It's, every time you scroll through any of these services, you're seeing people with, you know, doctored photos. They may look like real faces, but they've put them through filters, and you can see it. It's people at their best. And what effect is that having on society when all you're seeing is people in the best time of their lives looking their best, but all of it's fake, but they're making it look super real? I don't get it. What are we getting from that? You know? I mean, don't get me wrong, carry on. It's what do they call it? It's a dopamine booster to endlessly scroll. Some people incorrectly call it doom scrolling. Like, doom scrolling is very specifically when you are scrolling doom and gloom, you're looking for sort of negative news. Right? Oh my god, there's war over here, or there's explosions over here, or there's disease over there. That's doom scrolling. That's when you get locked into freaking out about overexposure to all the bad things going on in the world. That's, or sometimes even not going on in the world. And some news sources like to make things up, of course. But no, endless scrolling or dopamine scrolling is where you just scroll through like pictures of like amazingly attractive people doing amazingly attractive things on holiday or whatever. You're just sort of scrolling through. That's not doom scrolling. That's an entirely different kind of addiction. Very modern thing, yeah. Okay. Let's publish some playlists. Sorry, I just oh. I don't mean to be so negative, sorry, let's lighten about. I just think that we all know there's problems. Much as some services which are making incredible profit from making people very miserable. Import from JSON. Okay, I'm just uploading some. I'm updating the White Lotus Paradise, which actually isn't a public. Well, I'm probably going to put that live on Tuesday this week. I've been meaning to. Thank you, SG. But remember, looks on everything. Personality. Personality is everything. Absolutely everything. Okay. Okay. Replaceable. Okay, we're just gonna hit save on that. Close that window. Then I'm gonna publish one at a time. I always have problems when I try and publish two things at once. Again, it's down to sort of how much performance you've got in your PC. And I tell you what, doing lights and shadow baking is not recommended, doing two of them at once on one PC, unless you've got serious firepower, which I don't. So I should do. I mean, I've got two identical PCs on my desk, and both are. What I should do is remote desktop onto the other one and work on the second project separately. That would be funny. Okay. Just gonna. Oh wait. Oh no, I've just realised I've opened up the wrong project, but it's okay. Wow. Awesome, absolute boom. I'm publishing one Afterglow and one Paradise, which is stupid, because I wasn't supposed to be doing that. But I'm gonna just bring all those projects into sync to be. This is a quicker way to do it, Spence. I'd love a build pipeline for this kind of stuff. Look ahead of like, if VR chat can allow you to publish data files, you can do this kind of stuff now in Horizon Worlds, actually. And probably the correct answer in VR chat, because they do allow you. some level of API access. But the correct method is probably to host it on an external API. They see some worlds do stuff like that where they'll point you towards a remote JSON file. Although someone was telling me that VRChat doesn't have a native JSON parser. Now, again, in this day and age, to come up with a JSON parser wouldn't be too difficult because you can just get a GPT to write it for you. Hey, ChatGPT, write me a VRChat compatible JSON parser, and I'm sure it would do that. But yeah. Yeah, to not have a native one built in is an interesting standard if that's true. I haven't got that far yet. I'm only about a month and a half in. The problem is I'm working on a lot of worlds across a few platforms, and it's always kind of different in view. Okay, you talk super chill. I've never listened to Arc Patrol. Don't think. Hey, I've listened to Snow Patrol. That's a dick for a band entirely. Show my age there. Okay, so I'm just going to close that project. I can't have more than about 2 VRChat World projects open. Which is interesting because when I work on the Quest and the PC ones, I have to kind of have 2 open. And a trick that I use is I'll do the changes in tandem if they're small changes. So if it's a grab an object, copy, world transforms between them, yeah, we'll do that. But if they're more complex assemblies, I'll prefab them and then drag them across to the other one. Which, again, is an okay workflow. It works. It saves a bit of repetition, at least. But it's, I'm getting more into some of the Unity workflow. Do I love anime? I've got to be honest, I'm a little bit old for anime. I say that with love. The first anime that I ever watched was actually Akira, from the manga studio. And I was very young when that happened. It's pretty hardcore. I don't watch a lot of TV these days. I'm hoping that in VRChat, because there's a lot of, let's say, movie content available in here, that I might be able to use this to watch more. That, I haven't really watched much in a while. Yes, no, Akira was very dark. Very violent. Might buy some new avatars today. Some incredible avatar makers enter a VRChat, so this one that I'm using right now. It's a modification of an avatar called Argent by Demon Baby. Kind of instantly fell in love with it, to be honest. I've got a few other avatars on the go. I've actually got a few Demon Baby ones. She's a great creator. Also, I've got Cryptic Cat's Zardia, which I still love that one. Well, I'll swap between them, but generally I try and keep the same appearance across streams if I can. I think that's a nice thing to do. No, I don't watch less anime because it's boring. I never really started watching anime, if that makes sense. I said I've seen some. When I was younger, I had a girlfriend. She made me watch Love Hina and Chobits, which was, they were a little bit sexy, those ones, to be honest. I didn't really know what was going on. It was very confusing. Chobits was an anime around. There was a girl, Roblox, and I don't really remember much. I don't think she was like you know, that kind of robot as such. Well, she might have been actually. I'll see if I'm not going to say it on stream, but if you Google how to switch the Chobits robot on, yeah, so kind of an interesting setup. And then the other one was called Love Hina, which was about a guy moving into a. It was almost like a monastery, but it was filled with girls. I don't really remember much about that either. I think it's this auntie owns the Hinata. Oh, not to up on from these terminologies, but for some reason he was there. Was he working as a janitor maybe? But he used to get into all sorts of troubles there. But yeah, it was good. Again, both of them were just a little bit sexy, to be honest. Like they weren't like straight out, you know, adult. Oh, definitely a little bit cheeky. Here, SJSG, bless you. Okay, intro. I'm just managing some stuff in the background, sorry guys. Wait, Mummy's Cottage. Let's go, that's the PC version. I've got the Quest one now, let's just open that. There we go. Perfect, so I am going to, I guess, publish that one. Okay, that's good, that works. This is great world. I realize this is very relaxing. I know some people like to go on sort of train worlds. And maybe we'll do the next stream on a train world, but and in VR chat you'll find all kinds of environments to just stop and chat with friends, and I think we serve lovely ones. The sound, the sights, the everything, it's really relaxing. Well, I have seen the same things go by the window about kind of 3 times, so it's wonderful. I don't know if we're on a big loop. Well, clearly on a loop, but is it a round loop or a big round loop or a straight loop? I don't know. But you can actually run outside the coach almost when you can run around on the road, and you don't get left behind the way you think you will. It's like the world is moving around the coach, not the other way around. This is brilliant. I love that. It's so fun. Right, let's update the other Paradise world, and I'll probably head over there for a little bit and catch up with some peeps. What time is it? Oh, look at that, it's nearly 2 PM, Jesus. Been good, okay. Just do one more public, and I'll probably open up an instance. SJSG, come on, let's not get personal. It's nah, that kind of stream. Actually have a t-shirt in Horizon Worlds which says it's not a dating app, but I do wear it out because honestly it's amazing. You do get advanced on quite a lot in virtual reality. Yeah, it's I would say, right, if you're ever stepping into VR and going into a social space, just be chill, right? Be there to make friends. I see guys coming into VR just trying on with girls all the time, and it's a bit much, I gotta be honest. The problem is I think these guys independently probably think they're trying their luck, but I think to the girls it's tiring. It's really tiring. They're just getting advanced at every bloody corner. It's Aiden, just be chill. It's yeah. It's just no, I'm not gonna say it. No, I will say it. I think how it looks when you've got guys that are being way too advanced in VR environments with the ladies. The problem is the first thing the ladies think is like, wow, this guy must be really unsuccessful in real life to be just literally full on without even knowing someone. Not a good look. Not to put people down, like, but it's not a good look. Have more self pride, like, it's, just if you're in VR, like, just watch out for that, like, I spend a lot of time watching people from higher places, shall we say, and I'm just, but, I see it, you'll get guys that will just literally zoom in on anything that looks like a female, and it doesn't make good place. It's a good way to get blocked by a man, and yet so many people do it. Just sit back, relax. Honestly, we're just chatting here. It's but I did meet someone a few weeks back, and he approached a young lady and just straight away came out with, "Hey, are you single?" It's like, wow, that is not a good lead-in. Like, that's not how you start a quality friendship or relationship with someone with that. You don't do that. What the hell? No, I've been around. I've just been incredibly busy, and tired. Always doing things. 2 seconds. Just got to, oh yeah, I need to inspect this, go into, I did notice the world hierarchy was different. One. Sorry, this is difficult because you can't see what I'm working on right now. Yeah. Edit playlists, import from JSON. It's taking way too long. I'm so slow. Don't need coffee. Oh yeah, I've had a coffee this morning actually. Replace all. Save. Your SDK. Build and publish. That's the Quest version now going out. Wonderful. Let's see who's online, guys. Who am I gonna go and annoy? The social tab? It's always a good thing. Tell me. Oh, okay. Right. Guys and girls, I'm actually gonna end the stream at this point and go visit some peeps. We're gonna go fishing, I think. I've just spotted, Ophelia and Speedy are in a fishing world, so I'm gonna go and sit on a bank and catch some fish and see how everyone is. So take care. I may do another stream later, I'm not sure, but yeah. Have a good one. Whatever you're doing, keep safe. If you're not on VR, go out and buy yourself a VR headset, because honestly, this stuff, it's so amazing. You can just whip yourself away to anywhere you want and just relax. You can do this, you can get on the webcam and talk to people. Or you can even bring your friends in as well, it's always lovely.